and Studs! Happy holidays, gentle viewers, and my brick family. This is Sprues and Studs, and welcome into the first long build of this holiday season. In this video, we will be featuring the superb LEGO set and perfectly usable holiday decoration, the Christmas Wreath. The set was released on October 1st, 2020, and has a total of 510 pieces. Although, depending on the build or configuration, you're not using all the 510 bricks, but hey, I could be wrong because I neglected to really count the pieces. The set sells for a reasonable $39.99, and given its piece count, the price is more than reasonable. Before I start off with my usual rambling nonsense, please take a moment and hit that sub button if you are new to the channel or a reoccurring viewer who has yet to commit to part of being the brick family. I encourage you to jump in and be part of this ever-growing family, and we would love to have you aboard because the LEGO community is awesome and all-inclusive. We feature both old and new LEGO sets on this channel, as well as some Warhammer painting tutorials. Speaking of Warhammer, I think I'll probably crank out a painting tutorial at least once a month for your viewing pleasure because they take so long to film and edit compared to LEGOs. I think I am also going to include some non-LEGO group builds as well. My current brick family, we are currently in the middle of the holiday season, and I hope that everything is going well for you all. What are you looking forward to most this holiday season? Is it the prospect of getting plastic building toys underneath your holiday tree? Or are you salivating at the thought of all the delicious food that will be prepped? Please leave a comment below and let me know what you're thinking. For me, I know that I am definitely looking forward to all the food and all the alcoholic drinks that will be dumped into my yawning chasm of a mouth. Ooh, I am salivating at that thought. I hope that your holiday season brings you much joy and lots of presents. Anyway, at the beginning of the build, you have the choice of building a Christmas wreath or a table decoration. In the first part of the video, you saw that we're going to be putting together the table decoration version, which is the simpler of the two sets because it uses less pieces than the wreath version. Sorry on the video that you see me put together the top of the wreath, which features a small rope element. This rope element is actually not featured on the table decoration part, so excuse the incorrect order. You begin the build by putting together the backbone of the set, which is the same element repeated over and over at least 15 to 17 times. Unfortunately, this part of the set is rather tedious due to the lack of variation. I wish that there was some spice to this part, however, it is not possible given the nature of the subject matter. After you are done building the ring, you will then move on to putting together the fluff of the set, which is the leaves, candles, and finally the two bows. With regards to the leaves, I would have to say that putting them on the ring of the wreath is barely organized chaos. While I was putting together the set, even though that there were instructions in front of me, I felt like I was kind of haphazardly littering the wreath with leaves of different sizes with reckless abandon. You put down small leaf elements, big leaf elements, every which way seeming with no order at all. I would equate this part of building similar to an artist with a paintbrush, and that paintbrush has a mind of its own. The artist seemingly splashes paint all over the place at first in no particular order, but over the course of time, the artist steps back and admires their handiwork. There's a beautiful painting in front. That is exactly how the table decoration is like. Once you are done putting the leaves down, it looks really good. You then finish the build by putting together 4 different sized candles on opposite ends of each other and then the 2 bows. Currently, I have the table decorations surrounding my Birds of Paradise set at the bottom, which I think is pretty cool. This set almost reminds me of Christmas in Hawaii or something. You have the tropical birds blended with the holiday decoration quite perfectly, as you see an example in the upper right-hand corner. I thought this set was so stinking good that I decided to buy another one because I wanted the Christmas wreath configuration. The build of the Christmas wreath is exactly the same as the table decoration in the first part. You build the same element repeated over and over again to start off with, so there's really nothing much to say about it. You just need to get through this part of the build wherein you will start putting together the barely organized chaos of the build again. As with the table decoration configuration, you start putting down the leaves of the wreath in seemingly, again, randomized order. You will use small leaf elements large leaf elements with golden flowers and white snowballs to decorate the wreath. On top of that, you put large palm fronds that you would normally find in the LEGO Pirates collection, along with red berries on the wreath. I will equate this random chaos to a dining experience that I've had in the past. There's a restaurant called Alinea that is in Chicago, Illinois. It's located in the United States. They experiment with a bunch of different culinary techniques and use food science and wizardry to achieve art that is edible food at the same time. At the end of dinner, there is a dessert that is served tableside, and you eat the dessert off a mat. They first bring out large chocolate spheres and put them on the mat. Then they use spoons and dip them in different sauces such as chocolate, strawberry, and make fancy designs out of them. They finally break the chocolate spheres, and it breaks apart, and different candied items that were originally stored inside the ball come spilling out. Out of this entropy comes a beautiful painting that you can eat. You can see a picture of this dish in the upper right-hand corner. I again equate the seeming randomness of putting the leaves down to this dessert dish that was found out of Alinea. Out of the chaos, you form a work of art, and that is what the Christmas wreath looks like to me when you pull back from the build and look at it from a distance. I am curious to know what you all thought of this set. Is it a must-buy for you, or is it going to be a hard pass? You already know what my thoughts are on these builds. Aside from the build being all over the place, I do love this set quite a lot. Yes, once again, I love it enough to buy myself 2 of them so I can have the table decoration and the wreath up at the same time. If you were only going to buy one set, which configuration would you choose to buy or build? Please leave a comment in the section below. I suppose if I was hard pressed to choose, I'd definitely go with the wreath. The wreath is currently hanging on my screen cover in front of my fireplace in my home. Well, it looks like that is all the time we have in this holiday set. This is Sprues and Studs, and I will see you all in the next holiday build. And on that particular build, I believe it is going to be the highlight of this edition of holiday season sets that we build. See ya!